Alright, it is time for another overview on this appliance over there, which as you'll see, this is the dryer that you'll see. And of course, again, this is another overview on this model, including, you might recognize, I did this overview tour of this washing machine, of course. So if you want to watch the overview of this machine, link in description so that way you can watch it. So yeah, this is the Maytag MED5630HW, and now you see this is the brand dryer over there. This is, of course, this is what it is right now. And you might realize the last video is, before I did the Admiral washer overview, is that you'll see I did the last video on my previous dryer. It's the what was that again? Oh yeah, LER 46 something else. I would figure I would put the text over there if I can remember this. Of course, this machine, you realize this is where we got since back in December 10th, 2020, and this is the same year that we got, of course, that you'll see. And this is where that I tell you guys that I let you know, this is where the Maytag top loading MED5630HW, and this is where the matching dryer is. Right now you'll see the Maytag MHW5630 and this right here, and of course the model that you will see in a moment, of course. And anyways, here's the dryer that we got since the same year, December 10th, 2020. I mean, it did really well, but I'll show you how this works soon. So here you see this panel is exactly similar to this machine, of course. Here, of course, you see this machine has this. You see it has Dispenser Drawer feature. See, if I remove one of those handle, of course, I can remove it easily, which is, you see the bottom clip, it helps to hold on to those. And of course, this dryer over there, they don't have the handle, as you see. You see the differences? This is where the dispenser handle is, and this one has different models, so it doesn't have handle. Again, you'll see this is the handle for this washer, and this is where you see the dispenser drawer is right now. And just need to put it back. There we go. Alright, so again, of course, there is no dispenser drawer and no handle around it, and besides that, there is no steam feature, of course, because you see this model has a basic panel. You see there is 10 cycles, similar to this one. If you see 10 cycles, that means this is the 5630 model. And this one, of course, this is 5630 model. And then you'll see the similar settings, except for those two is not in use because there's no other settings that you see. No LEDs on those side. And then you'll see on the basic right here, you'll see this similar machine over there. And then I'll show you, actually I'll show you this one, of course. You see regular is originally normal and regular that my family uses originally and used for their clothes. And then you'll see time dry is where the corner where the clean washer is. Normal, which is interesting. The corner of the drain and spin. Quick dry, of course, you'll see quick dry is quick wash onto this washer, of course. Steam and 12-hour fresh spin, those two corners are no use because there's no LED in it, so it's disabled right now. And then, okay, so you'll see more time and less time. The corner of the delays start in extra rinse, dryness and wrinkle prevent, and then you'll see temperature might be at the same corner, you'll see, but except for those two over there. Dryness and wrinkle prevent is the corner of the spin and soil. And of course you'll see extra power, and this one has the same thing, of course. And then as soon as if I turn on this console, you'll see the display will change the time. And let me show you this one first, as it is right now. And then to 55 minutes. Just need to only increases for 16 minutes, I think. But maybe except for this one, I think it increases to 14-minute time, I think. Alright. Here's the board overview, and then you'll see, of course. Alright. Let's turn that one off. And here's the look of the bottom of the dryer. Then you'll see the same warranty, but it's different over there. You'll see a dry motor with a drum. And then you'll see, if you have the washing machine exactly like this, and then you'll see the drive. The dry motor is the wash basket. And then you'll see this is the drum, of course, for the dryer, the whole drum. Here's the Maytag logo. Similarly, of course, you'll see Maytag, and then you'll see the basket. Those are made by Whirlpool and made by America. Similar to this one. This one is made by America, and another one is America. Company over 100 years after a century. And here's the door. You'll see then there's the window that you'll see the inside of a dryer. Alright, let's open the door. Here you got your dryer, which is you got 7.4 cubic feet drum. And then you'll see the wash basket is 4.5 cubic feet. And this drum has the 7.4 cubic feet size drum over there. Here you'll see over there, if you close the door, this is where it holds on, that the dryer will close properly. And of course this door latch over there helps to lock the latch down after you close it, and then if you open it, then it releases. And then yeah, of course the spring is in here. So, and of course you see, as you're wondering, yes, those are the doors who is reversible. So if you want to switch the door to the other direction, then you'll have to unscrew this one, and hopefully you'll unscrew that one, and then put it over there, and then put those latch over there, and then put those latch over there, and then you'll exactly get the door into the other direction. So here inside the dryer, you'll see the tumblers to tumble the clothes dry. You'll see the four tumblers, except for this one. This basket has the 3 tumblers, but this one has 4 tumblers. You'll see it goes front, including right here, the 180 degree angle, and those back, of course, those backside, of course, the back of the tumbler. And yes, you'll see the drum, the whole drum is blue, because it might be painted by jeans or something. So yeah, here you got, there is no drum light, of course, and you see there's a dryer door switch, and this dryer has Energy Star feature, and here's the data sheet. Those are of course, the model number MED5630HW. And yes, this dryer is electric model. as you see MED, that means this is the Maytag electric dryer. So if it is MGD, then this might be the Maytag gas dryer. So yeah, as you see, as you're wondering, of course, MHW is the the Maytag horizontal washer. And then if you have the top loading machine, of course, you have Maytag vertical washer. So yeah, again, MED is Maytag electric dryer, and MGD is the Maytag gas dryer. So the one you got is the electric dryer, is that you got your original heating element in here. And then if you have a gas dryer, then you'll see in the back that you have to hook up the gas, and then there's the igniter in here. And then if you hear the relay, the gas blower of the flame will ignite to start igniting the fire. So yeah, here's the dryer. And you see the heating element over there. This is where it is right now, to heat up the clothes, to let the moisture get away. And of course you'll see, besides the dryer lint over there, and then you see these lines right here, those are the dryer sensor. If the sensor goes bad, then I'll show you where to go. Here's the dryer lint over there. You have to be sure to clean it off before you dry some clothes. It helps to suck all the lint and hair out of it. So yeah, that's the lint over there. And again, this reminds me of a corner of the drum lights, but there is no drum lights, so it might be sad. So here's the other side of a door. As you see, if I have one of those doors over there on the other side, I believe those are glass. And of course, on this side, those are plastic. Alright, here are the console overview. If you turn this on, here's the power button. Is the signal that low again? Yeah. Alright, moving on to the regular, you'll see the time remaining will change. And of course you'll see, if you got your temperature over there, it doesn't change the time. So, when regular is selected, you cannot do air dry, of course. And then if you see you have dryness, if you have moisture left on your clothes, then whether if you have less moisture, this decreases time. And then if you have a little bit of moisture, then you'll put it on normal. If it has moisture, left moisture in it, or after if you spin it, extract speed on this machine, after when it's finished, if it comes out a little too damp, then you'll have to select more. It should increase the 10-minute time, except for those that decreases 8 minutes, of course. So yeah, you'll see, as you're wondering, the wrinkle prevent, yes, you might realize last video, how does it work is that after the dryer finishes the cycle, this drum will rotate for about 10 seconds, and then it'll sit here for about 5 minutes every 90 minutes. Of course, you'll see every Whirlpool can do that, and all other machines can do that, except for those old schools with a knob, of course. So here you got cycle signal over there. You'll hear the panel is very quiet right now. So it helps for the signal, which is of course the beep, the sounding of the beep model. 1 is for the low, 2 for medium, and 3 for high, which is not pretty loud, but a little bit louder. So off means you don't have a beeping signal. So more time in dry only uses for manual dries. So here you got regular, heavy duty, whites, towels, bulky items. And then if you select time dry, you'll see more and less time will light up for flashing, whether they can change the time manually. So yeah, here's the maximum down to yeah, 2 hours and 30 minutes is the maximum. Back to 1 hour, that's because the reason I use this one is for my clothes, because I'm afraid it might come out kind of too damp or something. So I think about using it all the time. Oh yeah, you can also select it as air dry. If you want it air dry, then you can adjust it over there, whether you got your fluff or you got plushies up here. Because if you want to dry it, if it's kind of a little bit damped on the washer, then you can use the heat, as long as you put it on low heat. Because if you put it on high, that means it will shrink, of course. So you might not want to do that. So yeah, here wrinkle prevent does work as well. Of course, manual dries. Dryness is disabled. Here you got normal. And then if you select one of those wrinkle control, wrinkle prevent will be automatically be on. And then here's delicates. We don't use this one. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, 35 minutes. And then if you see the 10-minute decreases, and then you'll see if I press extra power, increases 10 minutes. You can do that as yours on your manual dries, because if you don't want to, then don't do it. Or you can manually increase the 10-minute time, or shortcut, whatever. So again, dryness is disabled. We're on time dry and quick dry. So yeah, both of them has 2 manual dries and 8 sensors for the cycles. Alright, let me show you the weird functions that I want to show you all about. So yeah, weird function is that if I put it onto bulky items over there, then if I turn on those power, you see extra power doesn't fade or something. So yeah, when you point towards other cycles that you want to adjust, this one fades. But this one doesn't, as you see. Oh yeah, besides that, around delicate cycle, as any of you select more time and less time, makes beep noise. Yeah. So yeah, if you didn't like this function, then don't try to experience it. So. Oh yeah, also in that, similar to this one, if you enter the control lock on those washer and dryer, of course. If you don't have this, I'm sorry folks, because you have a different brand of models that you got. So here you got control lock. If you hold this for 3 seconds, then it should lock the control panel, of course. Because if you try to do anything on those buttons or other things, that means you see LOC or lock. That means it has a control lock right now. So if you power this off, and if you try to turn this dryer on, this won't do anything. Including if you select one of the cycle adjuster over there. It should do the same thing. Let me do it to this one as well. Oh. I didn't hold it all the way. Excuse me. Here you go. Except for those adjusters. Extra power, of course. So if you're so worried, press and hold the control lock to unlock the panel. So it should be good to go. And then hold this one down, and then you'll see 1. It doesn't increase the 3, 2, 1. It just stays saying lock. And then if you see 1, that means the control panel is unlocking. So yeah. Alright, let me get this on diagnostic mode. Same thing to since last video. Temperature, dryness, and wrinkle prevent. Yeah, let's try that again since it doesn't do it properly. Alright, temp, dry, wrinkle, temp, dry, wrinkle. And here it is. Your whole LCD will light up. If you see all 8s, that means your error code is cleared. So if you press temp right here, the whole indicator LCD will lit up. And then if you press one of those buttons, then it should do a light out, of course. Also in this, if you point towards delicate over there, or actually towels, it makes beep noise. Isn't it weird? Right, you guys? Oh yeah, besides that, before test mode, what was that again? Yeah, besides towel cycle. Oh yeah, if you point towards nothing, of course, does its same thing. And then if you press one of that, extra power, then it should. It doesn't lit up. It's just you will hear the select and deselect noise. Except for those washer, if you point towards nothing, then of course you see it's disabled. That means the flash. That means it won't be selected, which is unselectable. If you point towards nothing, including the same things, yes. Yeah. Do it at your own risk. If you point towards nothing, then this machine will not do anything. Including this one. Except for the cycle signal settings. But this one, if you select other cycles, then you can do anything with the cycle signals. But you can do it without this. But, except for those. Alright. And also, if you press more time and less time 2 times, if you leave the door open, that means STR. That means the door is open. So, let me show you something. If you close the door, more time and less try for 2 times, the drum starts rotating, goes on to the test mode, and the whole panel just shut off. So we're not the only one putting this here. We're just gonna put this diagnostic mode back. So yeah, similar to the washer. If you have error code, and then if you hold this one down for about 3 or 5 seconds, then it should clear the error code. So yeah, if you press dryness for once, then it should let you, it should let you do 1 test at a time on this dryer. So when you press start, it should enter the testing mode, and it should not interrupt at this time. So yeah, I would not turn off the dryer like I did in the last video. So yeah. It starts off with E and C. That means it's starting off to warm up the heating element, and then you'll hear the dryer drum is rotating, and then you'll see the heating element will heat up. So yeah, speaking of those, here you got your exhaust and the electric plug to the dryer. Because if you have the gas model, then you'll have the inlet. You'll have the inlet for your own gas. Or if you have your own gas in the back, of course, you need to look it up. So, again, if you have the inlet with the gas, of course, you need to hook the whole LCD still lights up except for those LCD display. So yeah, the weird thing is that you'll see the control lock is not lit up, but the one of the key, of course, but the indicator over there is not. So yeah, here's one of those displays that you've never seen. Sensing, wet, damp, cool down, and check vent. Because if there's a problem in the vent, then it should light up to let anyone know there's a problem in the vent right now. So yeah, sensing means to sense the clothes, whether there's a moisture level there. Because if it senses nothing, then it should skip the time remaining down, and then immediately lets up the cool down, and then shows the end. That you'll see the end display will do it. Because after it senses the moisture, then it should switch to wet. So once the clothes will get a little drier, then it should lit up the damp. Then when the clothes will get dry, then the light will be out, and then the cool down indicator will light up, and then it should be done. And now BUT means it's at the final test right now. Yeah, you can't even see the heating element, but once if I leave the door open while I engage the door switch, of course, I'll let you see that there's a light in here, like heating element creating a light. Nice and quiet, but some other people has problems with a rattling dryer noise, including this washer who shakes, of course. It might be the problem, but it still does a good job. But this can't do that. Well, maybe once the rattling can be gone, maybe it should, it should make less noisy for the drum. Well, if there's noise around it, then we'll have to check what is the problem on this dryer. So yeah. Again, BUT is the finale test. And no, it's not going to do its end, of course. So as you're wondering, of course, last video is that I did is the end of cycle video of this dryer, and then you'll hear the different tone. This tone is not the only tone on this washer, of course. This washer can do its washer end noise, and this can do its a different tone, like Whirlpool, except for Kenmore's, of course. Well, yeah, the Oasis, of course. Alright, so that one just passed the test. So this is before. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the... Oh yeah, it is hot in here. Yeah, after if you open the door, then it should vaporize the hot spot out of it. Alright. Let's see the heating element that I can defeat the door switch. So if you don't like the heat, then don't touch the whole body of the dryer yet. Alright. Let's see the heating element can light up at this time. Because if it lights up, then I'll go ahead and turn the dryer off, and then you'll see the cycle signal that I want to show you. Alright. You see the dryer will start to ignite the heat. Yeah, that heat seems like it is too high or something. You see that? This is where the dryer heats. That's where the heating element is right now. And then if you get a relay, that means the dryer heating element is turning off. Alright. Let's interrupt this, and then I'll let the dryer cool down. But before that, I want to let you hear the cycle signal, how it sounds. But only when 1 minute is on, then it's not the only one who can let the 1 minute sit here. It's just letting it run for about a second, and then it should display end immediately. Alright. Wait for it. Actually, I have to let the dryer cool down first before it should do its tone. So yeah, that body's warm. But yeah, that's because you're using the dryer heating element as the test, of course. It should do it for just a moment, since after I'm using this dryer for a test. Attempts. Excuse me about this, because phone decided to last. So let's try again. That you want to see what happens. So yeah, it's been running for around almost about 5 minutes since it's trying to cool the drum down after doing a test in this dryer. So yeah, if you're complaining, why is dryer taking so long? Well, yeah, you'll have to wait until the drum is cooling down before this dryer will be done. Alright, try again. And it's cooling down again. So we're gonna wait for it. Yeah, as I said, if you hear the different tone of this dryer, that's where it sounds. Except for the washer you're thinking about, this might be doing the same signal as this. Not the only one, but this can do a different signal. Every Whirlpool can do that. Except for, except for the Kenmore's 600 or 700 series, the 2015 model, since you recognize I did a video on my great aunt's washer. So yeah, it does the same thing like the Cabrio front loaders and the Bravos and the Oasis. Well, you know, Samsung and LG and everything, they can do the same signals except for the Whirlpools, but they did really good. So yeah, as you open the door, it should turn off the whole console, of course. So if you want to leave it open, if you want to leave the dryer open, then you can do that. As far it is good to let the drum cool down. I mean, it's fun if you can keep the door closed while the drum is cooling down, because it might be having air or something. But this washer, I believe they don't have the air around it while the door is closed, because it has gaskets, has an outer tub behind the tub, of course. Alright, I believe that might be it for the dryer right now. The Maytag electric dryer overview, of course. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you liked it and enjoyed it.